Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Utah Jazz. Well, for Utah, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go-around. And for Blake Griffin, he has worked hard to make his offensive skill set more dynamic. But you have to wonder, Shaq, does he rely on his jumper too much?
Dynamic, schmynamic. Dunk on people like you dunked on Kendrick Perkins off the pick and roll. Ooh. Almost half of his shots now are jumpers. As a big guy talking to another big guy, I don't want to see that. However, he is effective from that range, but he's too good of an inside player to be taking all those jump shots.
Well, you know what? That old cliche, you got to take what the defense gives you.
Stop it.
Okay. I would say no. Take what you want and make the defense adjust. Blake. That's what I would say.
That's right. Stop shooting jumpers.
Let's go out to Kevin Harlan as
Don't
they
even
get ready
practice them.
for the opening tip.
Don't even practice.
Delete it from your systems.
Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. The Utah Jazz coming to this one following a loss to the Lakers.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
They just simply blew it. Hopefully that won't occur ever again now that they have that bad taste in their mouth.
Guys, Doc Rivers has the dual role of coach and GM with the Clippers. But if you ask him, it's much the same as his role before. He said there really is no actual difference in the two roles, except when you do disagree. The only difference now is if I really disagree, I get my way. Kevin?
And as the NBA season gets into full swing, Steve, what's most important to establish if you're an NBA team?
You know, a lot of people say style of play. If you're a new coach trying to implement a new style. But I think whatever it is, you just want to be consistent.
Jazz trail by 5. Screen by Lee. Exum with it. Chris Paul covering and taken away by Paul. And here's the fast break. Redick inside the line. Burks dishes to Withy. Kicks to Johnson. From the baseline. That's Spades has got his first points of the game. And this 4-year playoff drought for the Jazz ties their longest since the team left Louisiana.
It goes to show you how
the bucket on the assist from Redick.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Down low, here's Lee, and the layup is good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Paul outside, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
I mean, on those alley.
Clippers leading by 5. Griffin kicks to Speights. And the fans all love Maurice Speights. He added a 3-pointer, you know, Steve, to his game over the second from the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Jazz trail by 6. Lee, a screen on Rivers. Feeds to Withy. And a wide open look for Lee. Bangs home the trifecta. To the Clippers from other fan bases, a lot of it seems to stem from the idea that perhaps the team flops too much and they complain too much.
Yeah, I think it's the whining. But also I think a lot of fans weren't happy with how the Clippers was able to keep DeAndre Jordan and steal them from the Mavericks. They weren't happy about that situation.
Put it in there, pass.
If the way the Clippers have ended the last 2 seasons, they can't help but feel nervous if they get back into the playoffs. Don't you think, Steve, 2 times in a row they've been up in a series? Both times they've ended up, you know, going home losing.
Yeah, I think for the Clippers, but they got to look at it and say, hey, you know what? We've had injuries to star players. They won't be able to shake this until they win another series.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
He also, for a big guy, has a terrific touch from that range.
Exum passes to Diop. To the paint, here's Lee. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
Raul Netos checked in for the Jazz. Well, for so long, you always heard the old saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Both teams shooting more three-point shots now, Smitty, than ever. Is it time to retire that cliche and say, you know, well, it's part of the game. That's a standard in the game?
You know, Kevin, no. I think the Warriors just have an asterisk. That's to hit some twos because everybody can't shoot it like the Warriors.
Well, Griffin, Steve, might be the most well-known of players in the NBA just because of how marketable he is. You see him a ton in commercials, and he really is one of the biggest faces in the league.
Well, he's one of those guys. You see him in a lot of guest spot appearances on comedy shows, and he's fit right in. A playful guy. And also, when you can have the jumping ability that Blake Griffin has, a lot of people want to market you.
Crawford's shot is good.
The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Jazz trail by 7. Here's Exum. Uses the glass to finish. Comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And that's now 7 points for Crawford.
That's a high percentage look when you get the ball that close to the basket.
On the wing, Lee. Pass to Diaw. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Felton dishes to Crawford. Griffin a screen on Lee. Crawford with the ball. He's picked up by Lee, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense.
Representing my country, man, on the court was a dream come true. I got to play with some of the players I admire most growing up, and I don't know, it's crazy how it just comes full circle. So I went out there, worked hard, and I did my best to soak it up and, you know, not take any moment I had with those guys for granted. And it gave me a ton of extra experience going into my rookie season that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise, you know, and that's made a huge difference for me at the start of the season, I think.
Guys, how does winning on the international stage compare to winning an NBA championship?
Well, I think every player would love the opportunity to win for their country and for their NBA team. But if I had to choose one, I'd pick winning an NBA championship because you're competing against the best talent every night. But both are great accomplishments, but I give the nod to the title.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
And just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
The momentum in this game is all theirs right now. The defense can't seem to stay in front of them, and they're going to continue to exploit that weakness.
So on the floor for Utah, Lee, he's in at shooting guard. Favors is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Young, and it's Hayward in at the small forward position. The Jazz, tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing.
A nice D. Jazz trail by 5.
Doc Rivers is one of the best in the business. His strength as a coach is first, he has a great job relating with the players. X's and O's, he is superb. And I think for him is he does a good job of being able to call plays on the fly.
They set the pick. And again, it's in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 5.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Neto, the pass to Diaw. Looking for Lee, gets it there. And a Hart. The adjustments of Doc Rivers, Smitty, you talked about, are what stand out to me. He'll switch who initiates the offense if he feels there is a mismatch to be taken advantage of in a heartbeat.
I think he has a great feel for the game, and he can see plays develop and also on the fly change up the offense, change up the defense, and after timeouts, he's one of the best in the business.
And the free throw drops for Lee. Well, with Exum and Hood, the Jazz have the option to play a huge lineup with their short. Los Angeles leading by 3. Redick is in the corner. The dish to Rivers. With 1 on the clock. And that does it for the first half of play.
Kevin, thanks. Big impact with your scoring in the first half. How were you able to create the space to get those open looks?
Man, that's just me being me, you know? I know I'm smarter and faster than everyone else out there, so as long as I can get the ball and have a chance to execute, you're going to see like that, you know, same thing in the second half. So, yeah, man, or better.
Smarter, faster.
Better.
Are you a better chef? Better cook? I don't know.
Y'all know I can cook, right?
He was cooking in the first half. Back to you, Kevin.
Man, you are the man.
I come up with these things on the spot. It's amazing.
Back, everyone, there he is, the one and only Magic Johnson, whose statue stands just outside Staples Center. Angel go for a different look here. Spates checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Crawford comes in for Blake Griffin. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Austin Rivers is out there with Paul. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Felton. And it's Crawford at the 4 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rivers a screen on Young. Paul with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. 4 on the shot clock. Crawford outside. Rebound, Utah. Here's Diaw. No good there. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach. I mean, he put us in good positions to succeed. Our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores, and we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
I'm not going to get used to taking these L's.
Just got to play better defense next time.